Well, Israeli forces rescued one of their soldiers held captive by Hamas after conducting a ground operation in Gaza. The IDF releasing this photo of her reunited with her family, and they say she is in good condition. Israel also updated the number of hostages being held in Gaza to 240. Ilay David is one of them. His brother Ilay David says Ilay and his best friend were at the Nova Music Festival when they were taken. Now, his family saw a video taken by Hamas showing his brother and his friend, but haven't heard from him since. Ilay David joins us now live. First of all, Ilay, pronounce your brother's name for me correctly, because I'm struggling there with the correct pronunciation.
It's Eviatar David, and my name is Ilay David.
Ilay, talk to us about the situation as it stands right now, because I understand how difficult this must be, in as much as we speak to you and we expect you to give us insight, but I know that you feel as though you also carry the burden of not speaking for everyone, but also giving a sense of how things are.
Well, right now we are in complete darkness. We don't know what's going on with our loved ones. I mean, they are more than 240 kidnapped right now, staying underground in bunkers, dark rooms. We don't know what's going on with them. We don't know if they are okay, if they are sick, if they are getting medicine, if they are being fed. We know nothing about them. And because they are being held by a terror organization, we are very worried.
Ilay, earlier I spoke with a woman named Ifrat Mashikawa, and she explained to me how part of the pain is they become numbers after a while, and she does not want her loved ones to become a number. Is that something that you also struggle with as well?
Yeah, of course. That's something that's a very harsh and complicated situation. We try. I mean, in numbers give us power. The fact that there are more than 240 abductees is a strong reason to release them. But of course, that we are trying to tell each of every story of our loved ones, because they're all human beings with passions and dreams and hobbies and families. So we try to hold both of the line.
Ilay, I know that you've seen video and news reports of the pushback and resistance that there are being posed by some who don't want Israel to continue their invasion into Gaza. We've also seen those who are saying, hey, don't drop any more bombs because our loved ones are still there. What is the sense among people that you speak with who, like you, have loved ones who are being held hostage right now? What is the move, and what do you want people to do?
So again, Nick, that's a complicated situation, and we are fighting a terror organization which is not playing by the Western rules. And right now, he is making, for at least 25 days, war crimes against humanity. And any minute that they are holding these people, and they are babies and old people and sick people, it's a crime that all of us should know that is happening. And that's one thing. And from that, we understand that we have to engage to conflict with them, because we need to stop these deeds that they are doing right now. So of course I'm in concern because my brother is in there, but we have to believe that the IDF is right now doing a smart and precise maneuver, and is trying to have less casualties as possible. Also at the Gazan side, I mean, they're trying to conflict as less damage as they can to the citizens of Gaza.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.